For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice.
So if I go to jail, you need to be handcuffed to me.
In the ever-twisting saga of Tupac's assassination case, we're witnessing history unfold in the most unexpected ways. For over a quarter of a century, this case has been shrouded in mystery and controversy, drawing in some of the biggest names in the music industry. Just when we thought we had seen it all, a new bombshell has dropped. Following the arrest of Keef D, all eyes are now on none other than Diddy, caught in the whirlwind as the alleged orchestrator behind this enduring mystery.
Any case that's 27 years old sometimes presents some challenges, but we feel very confident that the criminal justice system will work in this case.
But hold on to your seats, because the plot thickens even further with the latest bombshell. Diddy, the famed music mogul, finds himself squarely in the crosshairs of justice. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy, the kingpin of the music industry, is now facing serious allegations as the potential architect of this decades-old crime. The implications are staggering, and the possibility of Diddy facing a substantial stint behind bars is more real than ever. Stay tuned to the very end of this video. The details of Diddy's official arrest in connection to Tupac's assassination are something you simply can't afford to miss.
And Tupac's a legend. Like I said, Tupac wasn't born, he was sent to us.
As the sun dipped below the horizon on that fateful night of September 7, 1996, the Las Vegas Strip was ablaze with neon lights, and the atmosphere was electric. Tupac Shakur had just witnessed Mike Tyson deliver a crushing victory in the ring, and the anticipation for the night ahead was palpable. But little did anyone know that within hours, the world would lose one of its most iconic rap performers in a shocking act of violence. Tupac and Mike Tyson shared a unique bond, one forged in the fiery crucible of their tumultuous lives. Their paths had crossed in 1991 when Tyson, fresh off a fight, insisted on letting Tupac and his entourage into a party in Los Angeles.
Admirers. Mike Tyson, a champion once again, makes it 2 for 2 over Frank Bruno and ups his record.
The rapper's charisma had captivated everyone in attendance, and Tyson saw something special in the young artist. Their friendship deepened during Tyson's incarceration in Plainfield, Indiana, where Tupac visited him, witnessing firsthand the transformation of a once shy young man into a confident and independent individual. The night of Tyson's triumphant win was meant to be a celebration, with plans to attend an after-party at Suge Knight's Club 662. As Tupac walked through the MGM Grand, the encounter with Orlando Anderson set a sequence of events in motion. A recent beatdown at the hands of death row affiliates had left tension simmering, and Tupac couldn't resist confronting Anderson.
Rumble with a Crip gang member from South Central. Knight claims he only tried to break it up.
After a quick wardrobe change, Tupac sported a basketball tank top and his diamond-studded euthanasia medallion, signifying his profound connection to the concept of a painless death. He settled into the passenger seat of Suge Knight's black BMW, leading a convoy of luxury cars away from the MGM Grand Hotel. But as they waited at a busy intersection, the music in the air was suddenly drowned out by the deafening roar of gunfire. A white Cadillac had pulled up alongside Knight's sedan, and multiple shots rang out. 4 bullets found their mark, one puncturing Tupac's lung. The frantic screams and screeching tires were drowned out by the realization that a life had been irrevocably changed that night. The news of the shooting would soon ripple across the globe, forever altering the course of music history. Just 6 days after that shocking street ambush, the world woke up to a chilling headline on the front page of the New York Times. Tupac Shakur, 25, rap performer who personified violence, dies. The tragedy of Tupac's untimely demise sent shockwaves through the music industry and left fans mourning the loss of an artist who had become a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. The circumstances surrounding his death would continue to haunt the public consciousness for years to come, fueling a never-ending quest for answers and justice.
Pac is a strong dude, yo. I know dudes, you know what I'm saying? He's real strong. So when it was like he got shot, I was just more like, again?
In September of last year, the Tupac assassination case took an astonishing turn that sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond. Dwayne Davis, better known as Keef D, a member of the South Side Crips, had been a long-standing suspect in the tragic shooting of Tupac Shakur on that fateful night in 1996. However, it wasn't until September 29th that he was finally apprehended, sparking a fresh wave of intrigue and speculation surrounding this decades-old mystery.
The record reflects that Mr. Davis is present in custody.
Keef D's connection to the case had been well documented over the years, with his own public admissions serving as both chilling confessions and tantalizing clues. He openly confessed to being in the car that night when Tupac was shot. Not once, but multiple times, both in interviews and in his memoir, Compton Street Legend, co-authored with Yusufjay. It's as if he couldn't resist hinting at his involvement, leaving breadcrumbs of tantalizing details for those eager to uncover the truth.
I ain't gonna go into details like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got it in a book.
What's particularly riveting is that Keef D never claimed to have been the triggerman. That dubious honor fell to his nephew, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson. The sequence of events that night was orchestrated by Keef D himself, who, as per police accounts, was the shot caller of the crew and the mastermind behind the plan that would change music history forever. But here's where the plot thickens even further, diving headfirst into a realm of allegations that has the world of hip-hop buzzing with disbelief and fascination. Keef D has implicated none other than Sean Diddy Combs as the man who ordered the hit on Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight, then CEO of Death Row Records.
Tupac had already attacked Orlando Anderson. They'd had a previous beef.
In an eyebrow-raising revelation, Keef D claimed that Diddy's ire toward Knight stemmed from a public diss at the 1995 Source Awards. But it didn't stop there. Tupac's blistering track Hit 'Em Up, a scathing takedown of Notorious B.I.G. and Bad Boy Records, allegedly pushed Diddy over the edge, prompting him to include Tupac in his hit list. According to Keef D, the terms of the Sinister Pact were allegedly sealed during a meeting at Greenblatt Steli, a seemingly innocuous location for a deal of this magnitude. Reportedly, Keef D had asked for a staggering $1 million to eliminate both Tupac and Knight.
That Puffy put out this claim of, you know, I'll pay $1 million if you get rid of Tupac and Suge. Tupac is now gone.
The plot thickened further as Keef D claimed that the Southside Crips never received the promised payment of $500,000 from Diddy after the assassination. These revelations have brought the music mogul into the crosshairs of justice like never before. Diddy firmly denied Keef D's account, dismissing it as pure fiction and completely ridiculous. But even before Keef D's explosive revelations, suspicion had loomed heavily over Diddy in the tangled web of the Tupac assassination case. The roots of this saga trace back to a fateful night in 1994 when Tupac's life hung in the balance, and the seeds of a bitter feud were sown. The incident at Quad Studios in Manhattan on November 30, 1994 was more than just a robbery gone wrong. It was a shocking betrayal. Tupac Shakur, armed with an invitation to record a verse, walked into a trap that would alter the course of hip-hop history. As he strolled towards the studios, the sound of familiar voices reached his ears. Lil Cease and members of Biggie's Junior Mafia, all excited to see Tupac, were there to greet him. But what should have been a friendly reunion took a sinister turn. 3 armed men confronted Tupac in the lobby. As the struggle unfolded, Tupac managed to grab one assailant's gun. They wrestled for control, and shots rang out. One bullet grazed Tupac's skull, and another struck him in the groin, leaving him severely injured.
I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I could say that will back up my claim.
This incident marked a dramatic turning point in Tupac's life and set the stage for the East Coast versus West Coast feud that would shake the hip-hop world to its core. At the heart of it all were allegations that Biggie, Bad Boy Records, and Sean Puffy Combs had prior knowledge of the attack, allegations they fiercely denied.
You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue.
The feud escalated, and hip-hop was divided along geographical lines, East Coast versus West Coast. Biggie, representing New York, and Tupac, representing Los Angeles, were at the forefront, each backed by powerful record labels, Bad Boy Records and Death Row Records, respectively. Both artists channeled their frustrations into their music, unleashing a barrage of diss tracks. Tupac's Hit 'Em Up remains one of the most direct and aggressive diss tracks in rap history, targeting Biggie, Bad Boy Records, and their affiliates. Biggie's Who Shot Ya added fuel to the fire, even though he insisted it wasn't about Tupac.
I had to make the call to Biggie, and I said, we're not going to respond. Somebody's going to get hurt if we respond.
The feud between Tupac and Biggie had a profound impact on hip-hop. It intensified the perception of violence and hostility within the genre, forever changing its direction. Tragically, both artists met untimely ends. Tupac was gunned down in 1996, and Biggie faced a similar fate in 1997. As Ralph McDaniels, a music video director and co-creator of Video Music Box, observed, they were best friends at one point, and they were lovers of the culture. Yet, the Quad Studios shooting and the feud it spawned marked the end of an era, giving rise to a new, darker chapter in hip-hop history. And we're back to our days. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis has been granted bail, marking yet another unexpected turn in a case that has captivated the public for decades. The decision, made during a recent hearing in Vegas, has raised eyebrows, particularly given the weight of the allegations against Davis. Despite being implicated in one of the most notorious murders in music history, Davis's legal team successfully argued for his release on a $750,000 bail under the conditions of house arrest and electronic monitoring.
Sir, are you familiar with the one charge that you're facing?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that charge?
Yes, ma'am.
As to that charge, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
The journey to this point, however, has been anything but smooth for Keefe D. Prior to this latest development, his situation seemed dire. Legal professionals were reportedly reluctant to take on his case, and those who agreed were out of his financial reach. This left him with no choice but to rely on a government-appointed attorney. Adding to his woes, his initial bail application was summarily rejected, deepening the sense of a man cornered by his circumstances. But then, the tide inexplicably turned. Rumors began to swirl that Keefe D had done more than just accuse Sean Diddy Combs of orchestrating Tupac's assassination. Whispered reports suggested that he had provided concrete evidence, possibly implicating other high-profile figures in the process. This bombshell, if true, could signify the end of the line for Diddy, who might now face serious legal repercussions. This is where we turn to you, our savvy audience. What are your thoughts on these groundbreaking developments? Do you believe Diddy could indeed be the mastermind behind Tupac's assassination, or is Keefe D's story a desperate bid to shift the blame? Share your theories and opinions in the comments below. We're eager to hear your take on this intricate web of intrigue and betrayal. Farewell, and stay tuned for more revelations.